Shabbat Shalom. Our Torah portion this Shabbat is Bamidbar, and it is the very beginning of the book of Numbers, the second to the last book of the Torah. You can see we're getting into the summer once we get to this point. The greatest part of it is actually dedicated towards taking the very first census, similar to what we do today. For our sermon, though, I would like to turn our attention, an unusual thing, to the actual Haftarah portion. It is a very special one that is done right before Rosh Chodesh, the beginning of a new moon for the new month. So this Shabbat is called Machar HaChodesh. Our Haftarah opens with the words, Jonathan said, tomorrow is the first of the new month. It is a story of loyalty and devotion. David and Jonathan, are dear friends. Jonathan's father, King Saul, despises David, fearing that he will depose him from the throne, which he actually eventually does. Sensing danger, Jonathan told his friend David to hide in the field rather than to attend Saul's Rosh Chodesh feast. Jonathan then attended the feast and gauged the king's mood. Realizing that Saul was determined to kill David, Jonathan went out to the field, shot 3 arrows, and called to his assistant, "The arrow is beyond you," a predetermined signal to his friend David that it was not safe to return to the king's palace. Before parting, the 2 friends kissed and they wept and swore somehow to maintain their mutual affection for generations to come. Friendship and loyalty, these 2 things are among the greatest in life, wouldn't you say? Some people are blessed to have friends for a lifetime from a very young age on. However, others are blessed to have some maybe for a season here or there. Here at Temple Emet, we've been blessed to have each other since our inception in 2009. You can look at our scrapbooks back there, and some of us going back many, 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 many years before. We are more than just friends. All of us, we are family. And in a sense, so too were David and Jonathan. People come and go throughout our lives, and each has a lesson to bring to us. We learn our lessons in relationship. In their case, it was a friendship forged against the harsh brutalities of life and political power. It is unfortunate that these 2 had to work through this difficult situation. The loyalty and the friendship that they shared and the commitment that they made for all time helped change the course of history. Our friends do affect us, for better or for worse. Has anyone experienced this? When we are young, we may be influenced by our friends. I am currently working with a bat mitzvah girl who is applying her Torah portion to her speech. We were discussing the light that we have inside of us it's being similar to the light that was lit in the tabernacle by the Levites. We talked about how important it is to connect our light, connect it within our own being, connect it, and then surround ourselves with it, and then radiate it, and then surround ourselves with people who enhance it, and not people who try to snuff it out. Has anyone ever experienced that? It was said, she tells me this story, and it was quite sad, how her middle school friends would try to take her light away. But let's face it, kids are cruel. Adults can be as well. I told her that actually this was preparation for life because sadly, it doesn't ever really stop. Has anyone experienced that? There will be those in your life who will support, uplift, and be there for you no matter what. And then there are those who will try to tear you down. Some may even start out as friends and then end up being those who will try to tear you down. It is important in life to surround ourselves with people who continually bring us goodness and help us to be the best that we can be. We are so fortunate here at Temple Emet with the group we have. We truly do support one another and work to bring out the best in each other. And we share the good times and we share the bad times, and we truly are a family. There is biblical truth that supports this. It is said that Torah elevates friendship as a spiritual necessity, emphasizing mutual support, spiritual growth, and vulnerability. Pirkei Avot, the Ethics of Our Fathers, states, acquire for yourself a friend. Ecclesiastes wrote, two are better than one, because if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falls, for he has not another to help him up. It is written that true friendship, or dibuch chaverim, involves challenging each other to grow, providing emotional support, and enhancing and engaging in honest, transparent communication. There are times when honest communication between friends can actually be difficult, and maybe sometimes even feel hurtful when our friends are actually well-meaning. Has anyone experienced that? Thinking that they actually have our best interests at heart. Open communication is what allows friendship to flourish, or any relationship for that matter. Talking about things, working things out, that is the core of any healthy relationship. It must have been very painful for David and Jonathan to have to create signals to allow for David's safety. It must have been very difficult for Jonathan to actually have to go around his father, who was, by the way, the king, to uphold the best interests of his friend. History will show that his efforts were of great merit, and indeed, one day, yes, David would become king. Our Psalms are credited to King David. Much of what we sing in our liturgy is credited to King David. Even the Jewish stars that we wear or we see is a symbol of the Magen David, the shield that David carried into battle to shield him from danger. When my children were young, very young, I want to say 3 and 6, they asked for a Jewish star necklace. I was rather surprised, and I asked them why out of nowhere. I was working for the synagogue, and they understood that, but why all of a sudden do they want a Jewish star necklace? My mother was like, I don't understand this at all. They said, this was at the time of Power Rangers, it's what gives them their power. What a wonderful thing. In today's world, many people are afraid to wear their Jewish star, some even taking the mezuzah off their doorpost. And as you can see here, if you look to the back or when you walk out, we have our mezuzah mounted on the inside of our door. Blinds are being ordered for both panels on either side for security purposes, as well as the fact that we don't give out our phone number and we don't put our temple name on the front sign. It's sad that we have come to this in our day and age. One would think that we would be above and far beyond this. Sadly, history tends to repeat itself. Hopefully, and we can only pray, things will not get that extreme. My daughter told me today that they're going to purchase a place in Israel just in case they have to get out of America quickly. It's interesting that she would feel safer in Jerusalem, possibly, than here. We must be grateful for those who wear their Jewish stars with pride, owning the power that is afforded to them for their courage in the face of adversity and negativity. In difficult times, it is our friends who lift us up and who are there to support us if we have good friends. Some people have very challenging family relationships, and it is actually their friends who become their family. As stated in Leviticus, we should love our neighbor as ourselves, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. This month is Jewish Heritage Month. We received a proclamation last Tuesday, feels like months ago, from the city of Torrance. I looked it up, it was last Tuesday. Several members of our board were there, and I accepted the proclamation along with giving a few words, and it will be hanging over there with a picture as soon as we get a picture from the city, or maybe we'll just find another place to put it by itself. It was nice to be able to do that. It was nice to be able to be honored, and it was nice to be able to receive a proclamation along with so many others in our community, the police department, the fire department. As I discussed with our bat mitzvah girl, it is important to always strive to do our best and to be our best, to let our light shine, to work to enhance it, and to keep trying to connect with it, no matter what comes at us to try to diminish it. Someone once said to me, "Don't ever let anyone steal your shine." True friends, like David and Jonathan, help to keep each other's shine going, helping one another to illuminate that which was divine in each. As we go forward into this Shabbat, let us think about the friends we have, the friends we have lost, and why. Let us take to heart those words from Pirkei Avot, acquire for yourself a friend. As we welcome new people to Temple Emet, we are so blessed and grateful for their friendship and hope that they will become a long-time permanent member of the family, our family. May the blessing of friendship continue and the bonds grow as we support one another, and may we be uplifted, energized, and nourished for years to come. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may that be God's will. Shabbat Shalom.